So, welcome to the MUHOMBO Live, and today I'm very happy to welcome again Mr. Danny Abroad. And we are going to discuss today about examinations in India as foreign students. And like we did examinations back home in Africa, and today we're going to discuss about examinations here in India.
Another culture to learn.
Another place to know. Learn from the other side of the world.
Know about the other life.
With MUHOMBO Live.
So, welcome back to MUHOMBO Live, and today as foreign students here in India, we're going to discuss about the system, like the examinations here in India, the exams. I know it's a very stressful time for everyone, for every student, everywhere in the world, it be in Africa or wherever, but maybe there's some things which we find different, like as student doing an exam here in India. That's what I wanted that I discuss with you as an engineering student, and you,
pharmacy student.
Pharmacy, it's science. It's science.
Medical science. Yeah.
Medical science.
Yeah.
All right. So for a medical science student and for an engineering student, how do exams change our stuff here in India comparatively to Africa? So first, the exams which you did, you personally, which kind of exams did you do in Africa? Like at which level?
Exams like from primary school, then secondary school. But
Okay.
Yeah.
No university.
I've got no university.
But you have an information of how exams goes on university in
Yeah,
Africa.
I have
in your
information.
country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same also for me. And like I used to be close to many. I had so many friends who were doing university, so I could know a little of what's going on there, like in their exams.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you expect exams to be before coming here to India?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, to be sincere, because I guess I was kind of open to the experience to see what happens. But the good thing is that the teachers used to give us tests, so I kind of saw like everything became normal to me through the tests they were giving us. Because when we reached here, I remember be asking teachers like, how will be exams? How are the exams? How
Yeah.
are they set?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just us foreign students who are asking these questions, because basically it's a new experience for everyone. It's university is a new experience for everyone, whether you're international student or a native student or Indian, something like that. So would be asking. So the teachers, they gave us tests, so we became familiar with how like the questions would be, and so we felt comfortable in the system.
All right.
Yeah.
But then when I ask about expectations, do you find them to be hard or easy, or how do you find them to be according to how you're expecting them to be?
Well, it depends on the course you're doing, of course.
Okay.
But
Generally, exams, the way they are done here, do you find them to be hard or easy comparatively to Africa, like to your country?
well, I think they are fair.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Fair,
Uh-huh.
because my problem is that I'm not a person who reads a lot,
Yeah.
and I especially for school stuff. So I wouldn't say maybe they are easy or they are hard. I would take with a fair position.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But like for my case, in my country, exams, one thing which I can say comparatively to India, they are hard. Though each side has its difficult part. The side of Africa is you have to bring too much to deserve marks. The side of India, you have to bring the exact words to deserve marks. Yeah, that's how it becomes hard.
Yeah.
Because in Africa, you can know things, but you know them in your own words. As long as you reach to what the teacher asked you, you can still get marks, but you need like to be very perfect. But in India, I can't hide this. If you get 3 or 5 words, which exactly the words which the teacher gave you, and then the remaining you write anything you want, it's okay, you can pass. And that's how they like, each side has something which is kind of hard on its own. And
Well, for the problem in the science is that they are kind of different because there is no like you can't change. If
Yeah,
it's,
of course.
if it's a equation,
Even
it's an equation, like
yeah.
if it's a benzene, that's benzene.
I
You can't
understand,
change,
and
so-
I understand. Even in engineering, it's thing like you can't calculate something and then get one answer here and then another answer there to say that they're all correct. No,
Yeah.
like what I was just meaning is in the process of bringing out the idea. In the process of bringing out the idea, you need to pass in a certain way, which what I'm trying to mean is that for the way I used to do my exams in Africa, and even I saw most of people working, is that everything is allowed as long as you can reach the answer. That's I even know that most of the teachers in Africa don't usually care about what is what is in between. They care about the end. In which way? I was doing engineering.
I think for Uganda is different.
Yeah,
'cause
like-
they check everything. They
Yeah,
check
yeah.
everything.
I didn't say they don't check,
Yeah.
but I say like most of the teachers focus more on the result than what you have been doing in between. Like if I give my case as an engineering student, we could be doing like like in third form of my secondary school. Like that was my first year of engineering at secondary school. They give us works of. They give you a house which you have to install everything, lights, plugs and everything. Like you have to make the everything. You have to design it, and then after designing, you have to make it actually on a board, a real one. You put everything and you connect it on a generator to see if everything works. The teacher cannot blame you too much on how you went from this step to this step to this step if he didn't see a good result at the end. If you saw a good result at the end, he's satisfied. But okay, I'm not saying that even here in India they don't follow that. Even here in India they follow everything. Of course, they have to follow the steps. But there is kind of a perfectionism. Yeah, there is kind of perfectionism like in India. You have to get the exact thing the teacher gave you. If when I gave you the definition of birthing, if I gave you the definition of birthing and you give me it in your own words, it's not correct. If you give me in the real words which I gave in my notes, then you get it. That's why, like, I remember when I came here, my friends told me that if you want to win in exams here, read the assignments, because the words which you brought in the assignments, they are the words which the teacher wants. If you bring words which are outside of that, you will fail. And I saw it. Like when I did my first exams, instead of reading the assignments, I went to check Google stuff, reading PPTs online and other stuff, and I failed. Honestly, I failed. And then so I had to understand that I had to. That's why I'm saying that they have each side had something which is hard on its own.
Well, I think for me then I learned the hard way because in Uganda they also like the teacher always wants the exact same thing, especially like for definitions. Yeah, because
exactly.
for the definitions, I remember teachers used to tell us straight away like that's the definition, never change it.
For us, they used to tell us keywords like, and sometimes they even underline them.
There is nothing.
They give they underline.
For us, they used to tell us that you can change other things, but for definitions, laws, those ones don't change.
Of course, they don't change. But for us, the definition can change. Like not the definition changing, but the words. You just need kind of one or two words which are key. Once you have those ones,
for us that's not the way.
So you're in another India, my friend. Yeah. Okay. And
so I guess our exams are kind of the same, and the way they mark here, like if here and there, then because for us. For definition and laws, you have to write the exact same thing because the teacher will tell you straight away like that's the law. There is nothing that for you insert some other words, then the keywords. No, that's not the way how it works. You can gamble on other things, but if that's a law, it's in quotes. And that's the definition someone wrote. That's it.
Me, I even remember that even for laws, like. Even for law, they can ask me if maybe the law of
like thermodynamics.
Exactly. If they ask me such law, as long as I have the words which can lead me to how it works, Even if I said it in my own way, they will give me marks and I will pass very well.
No,
But here in India, it can't work like this. So I see if it's even the same case for you. So maybe you have something kind of in common, or maybe it's because of my country. We have the French influence, like the education system which we use even until now is the Belgium education system. So I think maybe that's what can be the reason. But I used to hear also most of my friends saying that school in English countries is more easier than in French countries. I don't know if it's true because I even had a friend who went to study in Uganda and he told me that too. Yeah, he went to study in Uganda and he told me that too. That's like it was kind of easier for him to study there than. But if it's with the same stuff, I think for me it can be hard. Okay,
I guess maybe it depends on maybe how many subjects you are doing, for example, like in your country, and because even us, I think we have the same exact system with India. We do the British system, even though we don't do the grade stuff like ninth grade and we have primary and secondary.
Exactly,
education.
it's even same also for us. So how many subjects do you used to do in your secondary school?
In secondary school, O level, which is like 4 years, we used to do around 13, but other school, and it also depends on schools. But the main final exams for O level, they are 10 subjects. Those are the subjects they examine.
I think it's even same for us because like our subjects used to be somewhere around 15, 16, something like that. So I think it's kind of similar. Though like I used to hear that in just a neighbor country like in Rwanda that they have less subjects and sometimes they even combine subjects to avoid to have so many stuff to give to students. But I don't know a lot about that. So, by the way, how did you now find, after doing exams, how here in India, how did you find them to be?
Well, I found them to be. I would stick with my fair,
Exactly,
because basically I just found them to be somehow stressing and like for some exams they are really stressing. Then others, I found them to be fair. Yeah, and maybe like 1 or 2 course units, I remember I found them to be very simple.
Yeah, like I think it's even same experience with me. I found that exams are kind of, it's okay. Just that the problem which is there is, I don't know, like the stress which I usually go like, okay, removing this time of COVID-19, before like when the exams were in the classroom, like the stress which I used to go with it in that room, like man, it's like it's as if you're going for a life decision thing. Yeah, and yeah, you don't have to be late. And one of the things which I don't know why, just the process of reaching the exam. Yeah, just the process of reaching the exam itself, it's hard. You need an exam form. After the exam form, you have to get it signed here, you have to get it signed there, and then after that, like you just understand that things are getting serious. And then when you reach the room, they have to check you everything and what. Like it always puts you.
I think the thing of moving my shoes, that's the thing. But the thing that killed me, because that one I found it to be different.
Sure.
In my country, we don't remove shoes.
Exactly. Even in my country, like checking leaves of a shirt, checking all your pockets and shoes and other stuff. Like we don't usually follow all those stuff. But yet, let me say even the truth. Yet, even if they do all those stuff, students still cheat.
Yeah,
even if they don't do the students still cheat.
Of course.
But in Africa, something which I saw,
find a way to cheat.
When it's exam, like you may not come with that. Like you can come with stress if you didn't read. But if you read, you come, I'm going just to do an exam. But a little difference which you have is that when it's exam, of course people do cheat, but students are kind of everyone gets what he or she deserves. When it comes for exam, like it's the thing which determines if you are really planning what you're doing at school. But in India there is a kind of a twist. I don't know if it was for me only, but you can be present in class still you fail in exams. Or you can be absent in class and you pass exams.
Well, I guess it depends on some people, because it's not like if you are in class you're learning.
Exactly. That's it. In Africa, if you're in class, it means if you are learning and you're in class, it means you will pass the exam.
Of course, there are also students. I think that's a personal issue, because there are even students who attend lectures and they get what they deserve and they pass, and then there are students also who attend lectures and they don't miss any, but still they fail. And then there are students who always bunk lectures.
All right.
And
I don't understand that.
I think that's a personal issue.
I understand that, but let me ask you something. According to how you know your class, can you come every day at school, attend all the lectures, and read everything which they said in lectures, and then before the exam, don't prepare the exam, don't read the assignments? How many percentage do you think you are more likely to pass the exam?
I think if I were preparing forever, like the way you're saying,
okay, you are attending classes normally.
Yeah, I would pass everything. I think like attending classes normally, doing all my assignments, and reading.
See, I'm saying before the exam, don't read the assignments.
Before the exam.
Before the exam, don't read the assignments.
Yeah.
Don't read the stuff which are there.
Yeah, exactly.
Focus on what you learned in class only.
Yeah, like I go to school every day. After school, I read and do my assignments.
Yeah.
Before exams, I don't read. I would still pass, because that's like preparing for forever. Like what most students do.
So I think
attend lectures and then read.
I think for me it's different.
1 week before exams.
I think for me,
read 1 week before exams. But if like that's the way we would do things in real life, and like that's the way how like it's supposed to be. Like attend lectures, then revise, then do those, like. I think everyone would pass, but
man, like for me, I'm seeing a little bit different. When I first came here in India, I was doing that. I was reading every day after coming from class, and like I was new. I started in second year, so like I was afraid of the stuff. Like I didn't want to fail, so I was trying to be committed as much as I can to school. But then something wrong which came was that I was getting committed to the stuff which were not the stuff which I should be committed to. How? I was preparing class thinking that class is the exam. And then after that, when it comes to the time of exam, they say, okay, people should read the assignments. You should read this and this and this. The syllabus is this. This one will come on the exam, and this one and this one. I leave those things and I say, okay, what did I learn in class? Was this and this and this and this. And then I go on Google, I get PPTs and blah, blah, blah. I failed. I failed completely.
But
then I needed to use the materials which the teacher used for composing the exam.
But
that's what I didn't understand how. So
I understand.
I
understand what you're saying, but education generally, like we are here in universities just to get knowledge. That's all maybe I can say. Like for exams, they are different. Like I know of guys like whom I studied with, like people who knew a lot about the subjects. Like you find someone reads the whole book, they know a lot of information, but you find someone who gambles, like especially like me. I gamble, I read like one page, I read like one thing there, and then I get lucky, they bring what I've read, and then I pass my exams. And then you find someone who knows a lot of information, basically goes into the exam and is overwhelmed, maybe like, because some of the stuff you have to be a professional in it. Like even though like you're reading the stuff, you're understanding it. At some point, like people who gamble like me, most of the times you find when someone reads something, they cram it so exactly. And you've read something little, you don't want, so that when it comes you regret it. So you make sure that you know it. So when it comes, you give you give the full details of the thing. So you find like someone knows a lot about the subject and they know it better than you. But exams, they do us they do people a disgrace, if I can say. Like you find people who gamble, they pass highly. They are most people who pass exams are gamblers. Yeah, if I can.
Yeah,
say,
exactly, and that's the problem. That's what you're saying. That's what I was saying.
So you find so you find like basically systems are these systems which contain with the exams. They are producing people who are more of. You find like, okay, someone passed their exams, but they don't know about the
Because
subject.
do you know why?
But you find someone who failed is there doing some other
Do you know
stuff.
why? Like you can easily memorize words for the exam, but right after the exam, if you memorize them for the exam, right after the exam, it must go. So if you were studying for the exam and then it's reached the time of exam, I've already passed and I've already graduated, so there will be nothing which will remain in the mind.
I think another issue is, anyway, but for me, like the thing I liked about the Indian system, I think of education, it was this exam where you find like you're in front of the teacher and they're asking you a question. Yeah, I kind of saw that as something which is good. Like it gives chance to someone whom like if they didn't bring your question when they were interacting with the teacher and they're asking you questions, like they can see
at least
the depth of the knowledge about something. So you find like if you didn't read everything and maybe the teacher is not even asking what you're expecting, in fact you don't have knowledge about it, so you find it overwhelming too. So you find like you need to read.
Another thing because
the teacher can ask anything, or almost everything, and they are able to tell whether you read or not.
Another thing which I liked also in the Indian exams is when they give you options, they say answer 4 of 5 questions.
But options, I think also we had them in our country too. I don't know about
for me in my country, everything which is on the paper you have to answer everything.
No, for us
you have to answer everything. If you miss one thing, probably you're failing.
For us we had options.
like I was wondering why they were doing that. Okay, section A 1 to 5 you have to answer to everything. Then second one they give you 5 and then they say answer at least to 4. So if you answer 4, you choose between those 4 which one are easy. You answer those 4, and then the one which is hard, you leave it. And then the next one they give you answer A or B, and then they give you A or B. They have same marks. You choose, which one is easier for me? You choose this one. Second one also same thing, A or B. You see which one is easier for me. Like for me in my country, that's not the end. I suppose if it gives you also chance. If you didn't know about this particular part, at least you can have an idea about this other one. So it gives you also chance at least to kind of allow you to pass easily. And it's a good thing. One more thing which is different in the system which is here, which is not in my country, is when you fail on an exam. In my country, if you fail on an exam, you failed. There is no second chance. Like the second chance which they give in my country is when you passed all the subjects and then you failed with 40% in one subject. Like you passed all the other subjects and then you failed in one subject. They give you for that particular subject. If you failed in more than, I think it was 4. Yeah, I think it's 4. If you failed in more than 4 subjects, no, is it 4 or 2 or 3? I don't remember well, but just for you to get a second chance of doing an exam, you have to fail with 40% in one subject when you passed in all other subjects. But here in India, you can fail in all the subjects and next year you redo again those exams. But still you continue.
But even in my country, that's the same case.
Like
if you fail in it doesn't matter like, whether all of them or some, you're still given a chance to do them like in the next year. We also call them retakes. All right.
For us,
given a chance to
it's not like that.
Continue with your year. And
for us, it's not like that. If let's say you're in your first year, and then you failed, you cannot go to second year if you didn't finish all your exams of first year. If you failed the exams in your first year, in that first year, they give you again to come and do those exams. If you fail again, you remain there. You can't go to second year when you have an exam of last year. Impossible. But here you can even pass 2 years with exams of, like you can find yourself in third year with exams of first year.
But also in my country, like you can find you in second year, but you have like a retake of the first year.
For us, it's impossible to go to next year if you didn't finish exams of the year on which you are. Yeah, okay. So according to you, what are the things which you think can be copied from the Indian examination system to Africa?
I think the only thing that I saw which is different is it's the viva, where like you sit with the teacher and then they ask you questions. But of course, like, there is no student who would want all that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We are students, man.
We don't want
I know.
exams, so basically, I'm not going to add on.
Yeah, and for you, the way you see the Indian examination system, what would you like to be improved in the Indian examination system?
I don't know about any. I don't know to be sure, because I think that will. I don't know if
All right.
anything that
Okay,
can be
me
improved.
personally, one of the things which like I think it can be good if it can have a correction over it is the case of facilitating or showing students that examination is something normal, to reduce the stress over it, because I've seen most of the cases of people who had suicide students, it was after result of the examinations. And it's kind of show them that you don't have another chance in life if you fail this. And I think what can help them maybe is if they can understand that it's something normal and failing on this is not failing in life. I can still reappear. Yes, of course it's there, but the stress which appears in front of it, like it's too much on students, and I think that's the stuff which is behind many students committing suicide after exams. Like, it's something which I don't know why people get it to be normal. Anytime when there was an exam, when results come out, there is always a case of suicide. I don't know if it's because of the population is too much, but like in my country, it's rare to hear that someone committed suicide because of school. Like, actually, I never heard something like that in my country. But here it happens a lot. I think maybe it can be good if they can find a way of I'm not someone who knows too much about education, but if they can find a way of making it easy for students to understand that an exam is something normal and I can fail and then I can redo, and then something like that. Yeah, that was my idea. So thank you so much for the talk. It was a very good thing, and I don't know if it's going to help someone, but I hope it can help someone. Yeah, and thank you so much also for watching us. If you have reached the end, listening to us, it's a very good thing. And I hope it's going to change something for you or help you in anything. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you next time.